DMV Sports 3, OGs of the DMV, YouTube, Facebook, all our fans, we are back. We're back this Thursday, get preparing for the Philly game, but still feeling the pain, of the embarrassing, tragic butt whooping we took in Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Land. Damn! The Brokebacks broke our back.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Tough week at work. Tough Christmas week because of that loss.
So I suggest you wipe that stupid smile off your face before I come over there and smack it off. You feeling strong, my friend? Call me Elf one more time.
I found out that people were Cowboy fans or Cowboy Nation that I never even knew about football, but they had the jerseys on and making slick comments. They are just showing their butt over this win or the embarrassment that we did. The embarrassment. Yes, COVID happened. Yes, we were down a couple players, but nothing could have matched what we showed on that fateful Sunday night. I think that was one of the worst losses we had since the Philly game that we played some years ago with Michael Vick. That was embarrassing, and this one was painful. But we're still alive. We're still here. We actually still have hope. A small amount of hope, but some hope.
A little hope is effective. A lot of hope is dangerous.
So let's just get together, hug each other, cry a little bit, and to talk about this next Philly game. Hey, Trey Z, Deacon, y'all there, man? Come on up, man. We need y'all. The football team needs y'all. Where are y'all? There y'all go. Hey, look. We took an L. We took a bad L. But we still alive. We still here. We're embarrassed. But we're here. And we're trying to give you something great to.
It's going to be so exciting.
So exciting. We have 2 great games left. So after saying all of that, let's get it.
Let's get it.
The place that'll get raunchy. Same spot made Biggie wanna rock Versace. DC, home of the Prez, home of the Feds, home of some of the most notorious crackheads.
Hey guys, we back, baby. We got Philly coming up. Before we talk about the Philly game, we had that major fight on the sidelines. It was a fight of passion. Fight of passion. 2 big Buffalo Bulls out there trying to kill each other because we were getting blown out. But it's important because it shows where our team is at. So let's talk about that fight for a second. Tracy, I'll let you start off with the fight. We're talking about the Allen Payne fight on the sideline. What do you think about that fight, man?
Well, honestly, I think it was something that was, and this is going to sound kind of crazy. It kind of inspired me to say, well, dang, finally, I see something. And I don't know if it's anything that we just don't have the cameras hit the sidelines like they normally used to do, because I can't remember watching these games when I see that kind of passion and frustration and everything like that. And the way we were getting whooped, I think that was a show of, hey, there's somebody actually cares. Now, these 2 guys, from what I understand, they're close. We've been lucky here as OGs. I don't think we've ever come to squabbles, but we've said some things, but we don't talk. We get into each other's face, but the love is still there, and it's not necessarily a big deal. And whatever it was, it is what it is. But as men, this is how you handle certain things. And I think that fire and brimstone finally came out, and it became something more than that because something was probably dropped that was disrespectful. And as you know, and you've all been there, when somebody says something that's slick at the mouth, I don't care what it is, you're going to say something. You have to. It's almost like, well, at least that's the way it was. And to see these young guys doing or responding in that way gave me hope that, okay, I just got to get that to translate on the field. There's a problem, folks. It was huge and it was glaring. Yeah, you know, every team in the NFL has to deal with everything that's going on right now. It takes coaching to coach them up, to get them on the field to compete.
Okay, I did my part, all right? I put in a great game plan. I mean, these players, they're horrible. My players are no good.
I don't know all the details, nor did I care. But when they went back out on the field and I didn't see a deep offensive lineman get pushed back into the quarterback or thrown down or whatever like that, that is where I had concern. I said, all of that fire and brimstone you got for the guy to your right, but you need to take that out. Take this opportunity to make sure everybody understands that you upset. And I really wish that I could see that, because that's what this is. This is a game of aggression. This is a gladiator sport. I don't know where it's turning into, but it is something that we have to understand. That passion of, as Al said, has to translate into being projected against the other unit. Dallas came in confident based on the last game, as I stated, that that's what they were going to do. And they didn't let up. They had no fear of nothing, not our defense, not our offense, and it showed. And then after a while, it just got to a point where I think it bubbled up on the sideline. What about you, Deacon?
It was a frustrating night, man. And as far as the fight's concerned, we all been on the sidelines. You don't love all your teammates. You just don't. You know, we get along because we play and we're shooting for a goal. But, you know, these guys are both from Alabama. They're Alabama boys. And as far as I know, they fight in Alabama as well, even when they're winning. So this doesn't surprise me. The only thing that I would say about that is Deron Payne should know not to stick his finger in somebody's face. I don't care where it's at. When you stick your finger in somebody's face and poke them in the temple, you need to be able to turn left, duck left or right. I mean, because it's coming. He's a grown man. You know, and that punch was coming fast. If he had connected with that punch, he might have been traded. I'm talking about Payne. He might be traded, because we need more than what we have now. And our defensive line isn't performing like it should be with all of the number one picks. I don't know whether it's Jack Del Rio's fault. I don't know whether these guys aren't playing the scheme properly or what, but we are getting gashed with the run, and we're not putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. That has to change. We also need changes on offense. So the frustration, I understand. I even understand the fight. I don't really care about that. I believe if the sidelines had cameras in the past, you would have seen a lot of that as well. So it's not nothing new. People fight all the time. You see fights, you know, in camp, you know, camp fights. Everybody you're gonna fight in camp because you're fighting for a position. Well, out here you're fighting for a win. You're fighting for your job. You're fighting for your contract. So doesn't
fight for ODC.
ODC. So it doesn't surprise me at all. And actually, it's like you said, I don't mind it. I kind of liked it. Show some fire. Show something. If somebody is telling you ain't doing your job, let me tell you what you're not doing, sucker.
That's right.
Let's talk about it. But don't put your hand in nobody's face unless you're ready to throw hands. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Well, what I heard was, and this is according to IG and some of the talk that Payne's father had put out there, is that Allen called his son, you know, the female dog, and about his play. They were talking about the play, and one person called him a name, and then Payne put his hand, finger into the man's face, and there it is. And Payne, according to his father, is a little on edge because Allen got paid. Now, they can't pay everybody, so Allen got paid. But what I worry about so much is that it's not the fight, is and even the results of the fight, they like Payne take everything Washington football team off his site. You go into his IG account now, you don't see anything that says Washington football team.
Really?
He got hurt.
Yeah.
He feel that disrespected.
What?
Huh? Yeah, dude. So
wait a minute. Hold on. Who did what? Who took?
Payne,
who did
Payne
that?
Payne. The instigator took it off.
The one that put the finger in the dude's face. He was so hurt, he took everything Washington off of his IG account. All this he had to do.
Unfollowed.
You lied.
Hold on. I'm gonna say something that we all agree with.
No,
your parents shouldn't be saying anything about the football team. They should stay off of Instagram, off of IG, wherever they are on Facebook. Shut your mouth.
Daddy Payne should have said what he said. Daddy Payne talking, we need a quarterback.
Yeah. See, he goes too hard. It's like
Daddy Payne was like, my son making $3 a year.
Too far.
Bobby's daddy. Bobby's daddy.
Like Bobby, Bobby three sticks dad.
Wait a minute. No, hold on. Let's go back. Because I'm just hearing this for the first time. So Payne took everything Washington football team off of his what is it? IG. And what does that mean? What is he trying to say? That
typically when somebody does that, they break up with you. You know what I'm saying?
I like you all the time.
So
the young guys, the young guys, that's what the young
girls
do.
No, come on, man. You're not telling me this, y'all. Y'all not telling me this dude is in his feelings like that, man.
Shorty,
he's taking his ball. He taking his ball home.
Yeah, he got single. First he had married one. He said first he wifed Washington up. Now he's single again now. He wifed up. You know what I'm saying? Now we're not wifed up no more. He going back to Alabama.
Man, that's
then his dad said that Allen can't go down to the South no more because everybody in the South got his boy back. So Allen not allowed to go to the South anymore.
So the parents just shut up.
Allen can't go south.
Hold on.
Wait, talking junk. Wait, no. This is breaking news. Hold on. So Payne's dad said that Allen better not go down south.
The South got his son.
The South got his son's back. Like they gonna do something to him. For that what we just saw on the sideline. And then he erased everything Washington football team.
Now, mind you, all this happened right after the game. So emotions were astray. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was upset. We got our back broke by the broke backs.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was upset. So emotions went out and they took it to the internet. They took it to, social media. And that's one thing you don't do is take it to social media. But it shows you where we at as a
organization. Where is the PR team? This is when you get the sirens and the PR team comes running in and they go get that boy a hug or something. Because that is some old soft. That's soft. I'll say it. I know I'm a little controversial, but I'm always right. That's some soft stuff, man. Come on, man. Stop. No, here's the thing. It's not that you mad at your boy. And even if dad could say, which I don't understand why you got your dad, and he don't, because his dad is a grown man too, so his dad might be doing something that he don't want his dad to do, whatever like that. But that little threat or whatever like that's bad PR. But at the end of the day, you taking all the watch. See, that's what I'm saying. When I always have a problem, when I always go at Deacon a lot about the young guys, man, the mentality. It's a team, man. You are a team. And once you get on the team until the last snap of the last game, you're supposed to be the team. We got 2 more games. How many more games we got?
2 more games.
And we're still not out the playoff. And you are going into practice and everybody knows that you have basically said in your own internet way, forget the team. I am not about the team because I've taken it off. That's what you're saying. And so I can't even begin to understand how complicated and difficult that has to be. One of your number ones, the interior line, who we depend on, is in his feelings. He's in his feelings, man. Man.
Immediately after all this came out, the trade rumors started popping up. And the hottest one right now is Deron Payne, 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s for Deshaun Watson. They want him out of there. They throwing him in there with 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s.
I bet they are, man. You cross the line when you erase the team. You can have a problem with 4 teammates, but erasing the team. Dad should have been focused on his son to say, "Hey, man, you can't do that now." I mean, we'll get to Allen. We'll do what we got to do, whatever, rah. But the team, man, you don't do that. That's who wants to pick him up. It's like he's like,
I think
he's like, stop.
He heard his trade value when he did that. I'd say that.
Yeah, because nobody want that guy to. What are you gonna do? You gonna go to another team?
Nah. Come on, guys.
What?
He didn't hurt his trade stock. He might have hurt the Washington football team's trade value for him.
Okay, yes, I can see what you're saying. No, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, Deacon, that's exactly right. He has 1 year left on the football team with $8 million to go. Your boy Big Dan owes him $8 million. If he stays on the team, he owes him $8 million. That's a lot of money. That's more money than all of us put together and our parents. So it's not like that Big Dan not paying him. He's number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying?
$8 million for a good defensive lineman isn't a lot of money, though.
It's not. But he's paying, I think, Allen $18 million.
But now,
hey, look, you can't pat another man's pockets, man. You gotta stop that.
Yeah,
well, that's what it's
about some money.
Exactly. So wait a minute.
When you read what his dad said, his dad made it seem like that Payne made Allen. He said his dad was talking about, my son takes on the double teams so you can shine, and this is how you repay him. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. That was what the dad was saying.
That sound like Dad done had this man sit down at his dinner table a couple times. You know what I'm saying? That is some real inside.
Yeah, Dad was hurt. Obviously, Dad was hurt too. Yeah, Dad was hurt.
But at the end of the day, Dad, and as a father, I mean, your boys, you know, they're gonna. That's his brother since college, man.
At the end of the day, we got ran over.
Yeah, no matter what.
At the end of the day, so
money
that's
or not,
as a fan, that's what I care about. As a fan, I care about Heineke getting blasted, and then the I don't know what's the dude. I don't know the dude's number 90 on Cowboys, whatever nation, whatever. He rolling next to him, doing stupid face at him, and all that. Well, I said, where is the offensive lineman to kick him in his face?
Right.
They was supposed to kick him in his face. Where was the protection at? It was, you know what I'm saying? That's what I care about. We fight on the sideline, but you don't let your quarterback get disrespected like that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem I see in it. It's not the fight, it's how we responded on the field. That's the problem. Yeah. And we played like some trash.
I didn't notice that.
The coaching was bad. The players that played regularly, like we were talking about Sadiq Charles and what's the other rookie lineman?
Cosme.
Hey guys, they played like trash. I don't know if you were watching it, but the blocking was terrible that game. The blocking was bad. You know what I'm saying?
You do a deep dive, Big Al. Do a deep dive.
The blocking was bad. Yeah, especially them young guys. The blocking was bad.
I think it was bad because we weren't prepared.
They
ran a lot of blitz and a lot of stunts that we weren't prepared for. They were aggressive and they were.
That's my bowling partner right there, because he was supposed to prepare them guys.
Yeah, no, but not only that, Big Al. I mean, they weren't playing as a team. First of all, Heineke was a deer in headlights. Let's be honest about it. And when another team was blood in the water, this is what you get. This is what you get blitzed all day long. If you can't make the adjustment, which we seem to can't make, especially in the first half, that's what you're gonna get. And that's
what you think Philly. What you think Philly gonna do?
They're gonna do the same. It's the blue exactly.
The same thing. As a matter of fact, if I was a Philly offensive lineman right now, I would line up and I'd be like, "Hey, Payne, your boy make how much?" I'll be in the day. You know what? I understand where he put his finger in your face like that, man. Hey, tell your daddy I said hello. I mean, I'm just all in his ear all the time. Hey, Payne. Cause this is what happens when you don't, or you're off. This is my opinion. I just don't know if it's true or not. But when you are not focused on the culture, it's like that's what it was last year. That word culture isn't getting mentioned as much as it has last year. And it's like, and it's funny. It's funny. I don't know if you guys noticed it. This is just me. As soon as Young went down, it seemed like everything went off the rails. It was like our whole entire spirit has left the building when Young went down.
You're saying there was no leadership on the field? When the locker room.
What do you think? Let's go back and look at it. Let's go back and look at how things kind of changed.
Trey, you can't say it. We won 4 games out of that.
We won 4 games. I'm talking about culture. Winning games or losing games. I'm talking about culture, Al. I'm talking about when you
camaraderie.
Yes. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. Right now in Washington, we have a team that has more culture, so that even when we lose, we can still come back and play well or hard. And that's the Wizards right now. They have a culture going on where they don't quit, or they don't get into each other's face, or they don't get frustrated, or somebody's put his thumb in their mouth talking about I don't get enough play time or whatever like that, trade me. We don't have all of that going on right now on that particular squad. The coach obviously came in and instilled some vigor, whatever, into that. Coaching does matter. I was on Twitter the other day, and I got a little pushback from some of our fans because I was like, I played the Brian Mitchell rant on the Washington football team. I thought what he said was spot on. It was just that there was no passion. He made a comment where he said, "You can't do this." Who's this? Who am I imitating right now?
Who, Ron?
Ron, yeah.
That's Ron. Ron, you can't do this once you get down 30. I mean, there's gotta be a little bit more.
Down 30.
No, you go and then Ron should have been the one hitting somebody in the face and putting his finger in the face, say, "Hey man, I need you to go out there and give me that fire that I seen you do. I believe in you. I need you." That's what coaching does. And that's what I kept saying, is that I hadn't seen that. And I felt like if we didn't go into the Dallas game with that kind of Super Bowl mentality, this is it, all on the field, we're going to do that. I called it. A lot of people didn't like it. I did. I liked it, but it just was the last hope I had for Heineke for myself, which was when Heineke went deep to Terry, play 1, and the guy intercepted. Remember, I called that. I said, that's what they need to do. We need to show them that we don't care about them either. At least.
Trey. The problem was
that was the first pass of the game. He was fresh as he can get.
I know. And that's what I said. And that's what I said. I still like the play call. I like the play call, but what does that finally say? What does that finally say? Heineke is who he is. And let's put that to bed. He is who he is. Like Deacon said, there's no other way. And then he didn't even have the football IQ to say, well, damn, now he's kind of checked. Let me not throw that. Yeah, or throw it out of bounds. Like Deacon said, he did say that, throw it out of bounds, and he didn't. And so there it is. That's Taylor. That is Taylor. That's Taylor. But what it was that. And now here's the thing. The thing is this. Maybe you run not necessarily the same play, but you run another one shorter to another receiver, because you still got to let these guys know that, hey, we are a football team in the professional league too. We just never, ever showed, in my opinion, well, can't say never.
You can't do that.
Okay, Tracy, I hear you. I'm gonna end this, man. We're gonna talk about this Philly game and how we're gonna compete against Hurts. How we gonna stop this blitz coming at us? Because they're gonna do the exact same thing Dallas did. And how we gonna get a W? We want a W, man. I don't think our draft position is gonna change much if we win these last 2 games. We're gonna be around the same spot. Let's get a win. Let's go out this season with a winning feeling. The sickening, the stomach pain I got, the sickening inside of me, I gotta get it out of my system, man. And I need a W to do it. So how are we going to beat these Eagles here? Fly, Eagles, fly, because they come into our stadium. It's going to be all Philly fans in our stadium. You know that. It's going to be maybe 5. I'm not going either, so I'm saying it right now.
2/3 of them.
I'm not going either. It's going to be a whole bunch of Philly fans in our stadium. How are we going to shut these Philly fans up in our stadium and get a W?
The only way we can do that is to go back to the 4-game win streak where we were dinking and dunking. We can't go downfield. If we go downfield, it is just to show that he can throw in that direction. It's got to be out of bounds. He did. Shit, man. We got to go to the dink and dunk. We got to lean on the offensive line and the 5-yard, 10-yard at the most passes. That way you kind of control the clock so we don't get beat by 40, and you keep it away from another team. We're going to have to spy. It's just no way around it. We're going to have to spy their quarterback. We have to. Hurts. We got to spy him. That's Jamin Davis's only job this week.
Is he healthy? Yeah. Is Jamin healthy?
Yeah, remember he was on COVID, but he passed the test. He didn't really have it. It was a bad test.
Okay.
So he's got to spy, and you got to hope Holcomb is okay to the point where he can come back and maybe play the run or whatever. But you're going to have to blitz him. You're going to have to blitz him all day long and make him make several decisions as to how to win this game. Because if we just let him sit back and throw the ball because we're not getting any pressure on him, then he becomes a good passer. He can pass if he has the time. If he doesn't, listen, if he's sitting back there and got nobody rushing him, he can pass all day long.
Anybody. I would like to believe any quarterback can pass if he.
Well, he did that against us the last game. We didn't get a lot of pressure. He was dominant. He's like 75% on an out game.
No. Listen, this is what I'm saying, because we didn't give him any pressure, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're not. Del Rio has decided he's not going
to blitz.
I'm sorry. If it was any game where he needed to do that, it was a Dallas game. And they gave examples because they did it to us all night long. And he wasn't even like, hey, let's go ahead and try to see if we can get Dak on the ground a couple times. We had a couple sacks, but it was just like, basically due to maybe a coverage sack or two or Dak tripping up somebody's feet, but it wasn't necessarily the constant. And I think we could have if we rushed 6 every now and then a little bit more than we did. And I said 6, yes, because that's what you got to do when we're getting just obliterated. But anyway, I don't think Del Rio is going to do it, and he's just not. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend anymore.
Is he the right man for the job? Then?
No, he's not. He's not the right man for the job. I said it. No.
Tracy, last year you loved him, man. So last year you did, man. You did.
And we don't have no show on file.
Hey, we about to have a Payne Allen moment right now. Tonight.
Hold up, man. But you said I was going to change up in 1 year, though.
No. Let me explain something to you. What I do expect and I will say is that we did have one thing going for us, which was team effort as well as overall aggression and culture when it came to Mr. Young, who didn't let anybody down. Let me ask you a question. If Chase Young was playing right now, do you think those guys would have had that fight? Now, that's one thing I can say the young man does well. As young as he was as a rookie, he decided to have the confidence and the wherewithal that you wanted to follow him. And I think that by losing him, and it's funny because I don't see Fitzpatrick and Young on the sidelines. Did y'all see them?
No, Fitzpatrick's in Florida. Young had surgeries recuperating.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in some cases, you have those individuals who might be injured right there with you. Still a team. still motivating. Still, I wish I was out there with you. If it was me, do this. Hey, young man, I need you to do this. I mean, doing whatever you have to do in order to continue to be a part of the team.
You know, we're not heavy on veterans. We don't
Yes,
have a lot of
we're not. We're young. We're very young.
Yeah. So these guys are still learning. So that presence we don't have. I mean, Collins should be a veteran, but I don't see him as a leader. But we don't have a lot of veteran help that are leaders in the locker room or as a team. You know, bringing them together and getting things straight. We don't have it on it.
So nobody's doing a team meeting. Who could call a team meeting right now? The only person I would think about would be Allen. Everybody else right now.
Collins can do it. Collins, he's the veteran on the team, on the defense. He should be able to do it.
What about Tressway? Can Tressway do it? Somebody can. Listen, just because he's the punter, he is consistent. Maybe he needs to say it. Sometimes it takes somebody to go, hey, you know what, guys? All I do is punt, but I do it well. And just let the ball drop like that. Let the mic drop just on that. Can everybody do their job well? Everybody gets focused.
I would say the person that could call a meeting when we were winning that 3-game win streak and for the most of the season until this situation was Allen. But by him in that fight situation, he probably has he's the captain too. Allen's the captain. He probably has to step back a little bit. But I would say Sheriff probably could have done it, but because it was like he's on his way out the door, he can't do it.
He don't want to do it. I can't.
DeShazer Everett is probably one of the longest football team players on the team, been a team winner for the longest.
Yeah, but he got hit.
But rest in peace to his lady. And, that was terrible before Christmas.
Also Montez Sweat's family.
Yeah, his brother. Rest in peace to Montez brother, his Sweat's brother. You know, we had a tough year, man. We had a tough 2 years. And so the guys that could probably call a meeting right now is not there. You're right. The senior leadership is not there.
What about Terry or Gibson?
Terry could call it.
Terry, I don't think Gibson could. But Terry could.
I think we need more on defense than we do offense as far as a team leader.
But as a captain, what I'm saying is this. Like you said, let's just end strong and let's end as a team. If we win, lose, or draw, let's just go out there, play well together, gentlemen.
Philly not that good, though. I'm going to tell you right now. Dallas was a very talented, Cowboys was a very talented team.
Jesus.
They're a talented team. They have a lot of talent on the team. They finally got one great broke-back season, and they put it together for this year. But Philly, their talent level is not that much more or as same as ours. Yes, we had the COVID outbreak. That's the reason why they ran down our throat the last game. We had a major outbreak that last game. This game, we're a little bit more healthier. Hopefully, because we're a little bit more healthier, we're not going to allow them to just run it down our gut like they did the last time. Hurts is not that great of a quarterback, man. If his running game is not one, then he's not that great. So he can be beat.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
He can be beat. Their defense is tough, but our defense can be tough when we all play together, like Tracy's talking about. When we play together,
that's right.
So there is a chance for us there is a road for victory.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's a narrow road to victory, but it is a road to victory.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! Who's our starting quarterback, gentlemen?
Heineke.
Deacon?
Whoever. I don't even care. I mean, you have to start Heineke because you started him the whole season, but I would have a short leash on that cat right now.
So in other words, when will you pull? If Heineke shows the performance that he did last week, when do you pull?
Second half. I ain't going to have time.
Right.
If we ain't got no points,
I'm going with Heineke too. As much as we talk about him, Heineke does have the potential to have an awesome game where you're like, where have you been? I'm hoping this is a where have you been moment. He was coming off COVID protocol, so maybe he was winded, maybe he was rusty, or whatever like that. Hopefully the coaches have him looking at tape and he could see his issues. And going back to the Deke and Dunk mode, as you guys said, Heineke can handle Deke and Dunk and use his legs if he chooses to. So hopefully this will be a Heineke moment. We go with Heineke. We put Allen in second half. That's it, fellas. I mean, there's nothing else we can do but hope and pray that
All right.
all this stuff comes together and we squeak
Trey,
out.
give me a score, man. Give me a score, though, Trey. Give me a score.
Gee, man, you put me on the spot. All right, man. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back, and this is just because I'm gonna go back to 17-15 Washington. That the classic 17-15 that we done did 3 times now. I think we're gonna do it again. Heineke shows his legs in moxie because he knows he's getting cut. I mean, that's so. He's out there advertising for a team, the next team, and so I think he's gonna go out here now these last 2 games and show out.
Yeah.
Deacon, what's the score you got, man? Come on, man. Give me a score.
Well, he's not going to get cut because we got him under contract. But, you never can tell. I just think these guys aren't be playing together, man. I think it's too much turmoil going on within themselves, let alone inside the team, man. So I got maybe 10-20.
Philly?
Philly.
At our stadium.
Listen.
With 20,000 Philly fans.
I would love for it to be different or flip-flop, man, but I don't know. It just seems like they aren't. I mean, I think they'll show up for the Giants because the last game of the season, but I just don't see it. I think
the Giants game is in New York. The Giants game is in New York.
Yeah, I'm just talking about
this the last home Philly game.
Yeah, they don't care. I don't see them. I don't see that putting any more effort into it just because it's the last home game. I think we've gone back. Well, let me say this: the Dallas game, they've reverted back to the old Washington Redskins way. They punch us in the mouth and we fold up. That's what happened. They were too aggressive for us. They showed too much moxie. They was just playing over our head. And it shouldn't have been that way because they're not that much better than us, I don't think. I mean, the first game we played showed that. So I hope I'm wrong, but I just see a tendency. I don't see it being close. I think they're gonna get ahead of us, and then we're gonna score a couple, and then that'll be it. I just feel sorry for Terry because we got no quarterback to get him the ball, whether it's downfield or on time across the field, whatever. I'm just out on our quarterbacks right now. I mean, even when we were winning that 4-game streak, it was beautiful. But we all said that's the dink and dunk game, man. He played within himself, which is don't throw interceptions, don't throw downfield. Make sure you get it to the guys who can run the ball. And he didn't do that last game. So unless he goes back to that, I just don't see.
We gotta play our game. We gotta play our game. What's up, Big Al? You got
this game.
Hey, man, I think that the fury of this last game is going to come out. I think these guys are going to show what they're made of. I think these guys are professional athletes. I don't care what happened last week. They're going to make it redeem themselves. That was embarrassing last week. They were embarrassed. They were just, brutally beat last week. And I think they want to stay in the NFL for first part. They want to be in the NFL. They ain't trying to lose that good check. Right. You know what I'm saying? Thirdly, they got pride. I think the coaching staff has pride, even though Tracy ready to fire the whole defensive staff, after one bad season. It's been a bad season, Tracy. I give you that. It's been a really bad season. But I don't think we need to fire the whole defensive staff. We need some way of keeping us together. And I think keeping Big Jack around for at least give him 3 years at least. You know what I'm saying? So
let me clarify. I'm frustrated.
And he did a bad job last week, Tracy. I'm not saying that the $2 games Jack Del Rio did not. He did a bad job coaching. He did. He did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he don't deserve to be criticized. What I am saying is he don't deserve to be fired after the season.
No, I hear you.
So I got us winning 24-14. The W. 24.
Got a green. Big Al got a green.
I got this game. People are going to be accountable for their actions last week, and they're trying to stay. And I see Carter making plays. I see them fringe players trying to stay in the NFL and making plays. And Philly's a team you can do it. Philly is not that much talented than us. They run the same level. So Philly's a team to do it. I see Heineke balling, Joe.
All right.
He don't want to lay on the couch all his life. He got that nice check now. Got a little rental property. He's trying to stay in that joint. So I see Heineke balling. Now he ain't throwing deep, but he gonna be balling.
All right. I'm with it.
I hope so.
All right.
We all do.
Hey, like us, subscribe, stay with us. We're here. We love our Washington football team. We love the
and
DMV.
the fans.
You know what I'm saying? We are vowing revenge for the Cowboy Nation next year, 2022. We're coming back in 2022. We're gonna get revenge next year. You heard it here, right here on DMV Sports 3, DMV. We're gonna get revenge on these Bammers. So we're gonna end this. We love y'all. Happy New Year.
Exactly.
What?
All right, that's it. Good night.